record a little bit of an introduction YouTube video for you guys, just so you know what's going to be in the channel and what sort of content we'll be recording and what sort of cars that we will be building, so you can sort of pick if you want to watch along and join us on this journey. So before I get started, I just want to say happy 2025, happy New Year's. I hope everyone's enjoying their year. It's only the third day into the year, but I hope you use this year to, start something a little bit different, step out of your comfort zone and start enjoying life a little bit more and doing the things that you truly want, rather than constantly listening to what everyone else has to say and letting your friends and your family guide your life. How about you choose what you want to do in life? So enough of that, we'll get started on what we've got. So this right here is my missus's 1996 GQ Patrol. We've just basically finished this build. We've just got back from a 700k trip. So it's got, it's a HSV orange colour with a little bit of pearl added into it from Hammer Coatings. We've got the Razzler bull bar, we've got the Razzler rear bar as well, which I'll show you in a minute. We've got, just the halo lights, Dirty Life DT1s with 35-inch Maxxis razors. Fucking best tie you can get if you ask me. Yeah, so this is basically the build that we've just sort of finished, and we've just tied up everything. Just took it on its maiden voyage. We just put 411 diffs in it, just new transfer case as well as the old one let go. And on that trip, on the 700k trip, on the way home, we're about 20k's away from home, first and second gear decided to leave the chat, so we've got to sort that out. We've gained 3 new oil leaks, so we've got an oil leak from the trans, we've got an oil leak from the rocket cover, and we've got a rear main oil leak. So we've gained a lot of new oil leaks, but there's big plans coming for this build, because of course you can't leave it with a TB42 when you've got, this colour, you've got the lift, you've got the ball, but you've got everything there to set it off, you've got the aesthetics there. So we might as well do something a little bit spicy with this. So we're going to be doing a little bit of an engine conversion. We'll touch base on that when we actually start the engine conversion. Don't want to give away too many things right now. Now this right here is my 1999 GUU. It was originally a TD. My mate actually got it painted when he had it. He done the conversion himself. It's got an M57N motor in it. It's currently making 230 horsepower at the wheels. We've just put a new turbo on it because the old turbo let go. Now the alternator's let go, but we'll be sorting that out. The motor will actually be coming out, and I'll be going back over the whole conversion, as we want this as sort of like a little bit of a tourer, spicy fucking tourer build. So the motor will be coming out. We'll be doing the valve springs and all that sort of stuff while it's out. Maybe new timing chains and stuff like that, because then we're going to be pushing 300 horsepower at the wheels. So stay tuned for that. It's got the 5-inch bonnet entry snorkel. That will be going so I can get it engineered. It's got a Jimmy built ball bar. He actually doesn't build them anymore, and it's a one-of-a-kind Jimmy built bar because it's got the 2 hoops. It's just got 35s on Steelies at the moment. We're actually chasing some Savannahs for it. So if you know your rims, Savannahs are nice looking rims. So we're going to have Savs on it, 35s on this as well. New tray is going to be coming for it. It's got a Polaris head unit, tow mirrors and all that sort of. And as you can see the pearl in the paint there as well. To show you, there's the Dirty Life DT1s. We've got the Razzler bar as well, so that's all of that. Just needs an engine conversion now just to finish it off and make it that bit more of a unique build. This is my 2004 GE Patrol. It was originally a ZD30. I bought it with a TD42 converted in it. It was a naturally aspirated TD42. So I put the 4-inch fab width snorkel on it, put the tow mirrors on it, done a 12mm pump on it when I had it running and driving. It had a 12mm 21L, 280 horsepower at the wheels TD on 35s. So it was a very spicy TD, but at the start of last year, at the start of 2024, I pulled the motor out of it because I was going to do an M57 conversion on it until I bought that. So now we've got a TD going back into it. We've recently acquired a 21L. Got a TD motor again. I've just got to put no sleeves and stuff in it. So stay tuned for the TD rebuild and all that sort of stuff. And I'll get another injector pump for it. I'm unsure what power I want to run yet, because of course it's 21L again. Do I go really spicy TD? Or do I keep it as sort of a tame TD, but with enough power to, do some fun things? This is my 1989 MX-83 Toyota Cressida. I recently had a 7MGE in it, but me and my mate pulled the motor out. I'll drop his YouTube below for you guys to follow him if you want as well, because we've got a shorty build that he's doing. He's doing his Cressida, and he's got some other things planned as well, so you guys will be able to watch along for that as well. So we've got the KE conversions, custom Barra engine mounts. We've got the solid, you know, like your solid style trailing arm bush mounts as well, so that the motor doesn't fucking pop out of place. And yeah, so the motor's just sitting in there at the moment, but this is going to be the drift car build. So I've got trying to build a tube style front end for this as well, which the front bumper will still cover. So you won't really see that, but it's just there for when we're drifting. It's got that little bit of extra protection. We're going to have full suspension set up on this, so we'll have new rims, coilovers, needs a different sway bar since the Barra, but all that sort of stuff. I'll just show you guys the interior. So it's still just the stock interior at the moment, but we'll be pulling the seats out, the carpet out, keeping the door cards and the dash and all that sort of stuff, but virtually everything else is going to go. The back seats are going to go. We're going to be putting just a normal, you know, fuel cell in the back with an upgraded pump. So there's the mounts. The motor's currently not actually sitting down on there because it's still got the FG sump. I just needed to get it off my engine stand and sit it in there. So we actually named this Barra Old Bazza. So this is Bazza the Barra. We've got a heap of parts over there for it. So we might just send this motor until it dies. And then once it dies, I've got another FG motor that I'm getting that's going to have, you know, it's going to have your rods, your pistons, it's going to have an upgraded inlet, all that sort of stuff, different turbo, all the things that are going to make it go a little bit faster. So on this one, all we're going to do is injectors and maybe valve springs if it's lucky. And we're just going to push a little bit of power, just enough to have a bit of fun, get used to the car, get used to steering it and everything like that. It's still going to be all set up, ready to go. So when we put the other Barra in it, all we have to do is get it retuned, and then from then on, it's done. But yeah, this is the Crusader build. So that's about it for this YouTube video. After this is going to be a little bit of a video on how to put a panhard rod in your GU Patrol in the back. So if you want to watch along that, you can keep watching and watch that. But if not, thank you. I hope you like and subscribe, and I hope you like these videos. They're going to get a little bit better when I get used to editing, because I'm not the most tech-savvy bloke. Audio cockles. Today I'm going to be showing you how to replace the rear panhard rod with an adjustable one on your GU and your GQ Patrols. Now the reason you do this is because when you lift your car up, it pushes the diff out one way. So when you put this in there, it's going to re-centralise your diff so that your car actually tracks straight again. Now the reason we're doing this is because today it's getting a wheel alignment. So I've got to put that in there so that we're able to get our wheel alignment. Basically the way I'm going to be doing this panhard rod is, so if you look, that's your panhard rod there. It's your factory panhard rod. As you can see, it's not adjustable. It's thin as well, so I can bend and all those sorts of things. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be jacking it up from the diff just there, jacking it right up, supporting it by the chassis, and then letting it back down so there's no weight on the suspension. Now you can do this on the ground. You can just undo that there, undo it up there, and then you can just get a ratchet strap on the chassis from the diff and pull it whatever way it needs to go for the panhard rod to slip back on. But I'm not going to be doing it that way because it's a bit dodgy. So I'll be jacking it up from the diff, right up in the air, supported by the chassis, let it back down, undo the panhard rod, put the new one back in. So I'll show you guys how to do that. Rightio, so as you can see, we've got it jacked up from the diff, supported by the chassis. But I've just got the jack under the diff a little bit just to hold a little bit of tension just in case. So now you're just going to undo this one. Now if it's tight like that, don't keep ugger-buggering it because you'll fuck it. Just like that. And as you can see, it's just like a pull setup. So basically, what I usually do is just spray a bit of shit in there just to help it. And we'll undo the other side. This one wants to persist. Now you probably need a hammer and a punch to get that side out. I'm just going to grab that. So as you can see, you just need a hammer and a punch to get this side out. Now don't hit it too hard, otherwise you'll burn the threads. Just a nice couple. Taps. And then you get your pry bar. You just stick your pry bar in here, and it just pops down like that. And then coming over to this side, since we sprayed that spray in there before, this one should just, like so, that's your old panhard rod out. Now as you can see, it shows the big wide bush end goes down the bottom, the small little pin end goes up the top. So on this new one you can see the wide bush end, the small pin end. Now 99% of the time the adjuster goes up the top anyway, so just remember that and you'll be fine. Now with setting this up, I'm just going to set it up roughly to about the same as the stock one, adjust it to roughly the same. Even though it's 3-inch lifted, you can go 3 inches a little bit out if you want, and that way it'll bring it back across roughly 3 inches, but I'm getting a wheel alignment anyway, so I'm just going to poke it in, adjusted roughly to the stock one, and then the bloke still on the wheel alignment can sort the rest out for me. Now we're going to poke this new one in. So once again, just spray a bit more spray on there, and then with this, it's got a kink. You can see a little kick out bit. That makes sure that faces out. So as you'll see when I put it up there, you'll see the little bend in it. So that just pops in there like that. And I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but there's like a bend there. So that bends out. So that way it gets out away from the diff rather than in. So if you put it in the wrong way, it could possibly hit the diff. Now on this side, just once again, put the nut bolt in through the back, lift this up, it doesn't want to go, like so, bolt in through the back, do all of this up. You guys watch me undo it, so sure you don't want to watch me do it up, but do it all up. Make sure you check it with a bar. Never trust a rattle gun. Always check it with a bar or a spanner afterwards, because it can risk coming loose. You don't want that to happen, because then a panhard rod falls out and you crash. Now this is the finished product. As you can see, it's all in there, it's all done up. I haven't done those nuts up yet, as it's being driven like 3Ks, but that's not going to affect anything. It's not going to come undone. That's just to help hold panhard there. But as you can see, it's all in there. It bends out towards me, all done up tight. So yeah, thanks for watching this video.